This video is brought to you by War Thunder. And just like that, another 3 months of amazing mods have been released, and in today's video, I'll be sharing some of the best Skyrim mods in the last 3 months. Mods I personally would love to use in my own upcoming mod list. From quest mods that gives you a whole new experience, location overhauls that redefine some of the iconic places we know, to immersion mods that changes how we experience Skyrim, and a few more amazing mods from different categories. This is one of my ongoing series every year, so if you want to catch up, feel free to watch the 2 previous episodes. Anyways, if you're interested for more Skyrim content, show your support by watching until the end, and leave a like to please the YouTube gods. Anyways, let's start the video. Let's start the video with mods that gives us an entirely new experience and locations to explore in. Call of the Deep features an underwater Dwemer city where mysterious disappearances has been happening. The quest begins when you receive a letter from Calselmo about a missing colleague who was investigating the legendary sunken city of Riften. As you set forth in your journey, your investigation will lead you through ancient submerged ruins beneath the cold sea of ghosts, where long forgotten secrets are buried. You'll learn new spells, ingredients, and find new weapon to use. The mod features an entirely new dungeon to explore in, filled with a ton of challenging puzzles and deadly traps. You'll even meet terrifying sea creatures and a new deadly Dwemer automatons that are there to stop you. And after all that adventure, the mod includes a cozy underground player home for you to have. So before even deciding to start the quest, I suggest to prepare before entering this mysterious location. And speaking of preparing for dangerous encounters, if you're looking for another way to test your skills outside of Skyrim's dungeons, today's sponsor has you covered. War Thunder is the most comprehensive vehicle combat game out there, and the best part, it's completely free to play on PC and consoles. In War Thunder, you can take command of over 2,500 different vehicles, everything from early biplanes and armored vehicles of the 1920s, and even all the way to modern fighter jets and main battle tanks. What I really love is how detailed the combat feels. Whenever you hit an enemy, you actually get an X-ray view that shows exactly where your shot landed and what damage it caused inside the tank. It's honestly insanely satisfying to see. The game also looks and sounds incredible, with detailed models, realistic audio, and 3 unique game modes that let you pick your style. Whether that's fast-paced arcade, full-on simulator, or a realistic middle ground. And of course, you can fully customize your vehicle to fit your playstyle. War Thunder pretty much has everything you'd want in a large-scale combat game. For a limited time, new players and returning players in PC and consoles who haven't played in 6 months can use the links or code I've pinned in the description and comments to get a massive bonus pack. 7 days of premium vehicles, exclusive skins, 100,000 silver lions, XP boosters, and even an exclusive Eagle of Valor. So yeah, big thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. It Came From Akavir quest mod is another amazing quest mod that features a short but rich storyline. The main quest revolves around Amelia, a researcher who's investigating an entity that has washed onto the shores of Skyrim. If you decide to join her, you'll have to uncover the mysterious origins and put a stop to the trouble it brings. Within the quest, you'll be hearing all about their homeland, people, and their interactions with Tamriel. This conversation explains and expands on some of the lesser-known lore about the Kamal. Don't worry, the mod is also fully voiced by a talented voice actor, making the experience much more immersive.
Thought from its cocoon. Perhaps the ice acclimated to our weather, or the will of the creature bid it to be released from slumber.
Oh, and before I forget to mention, the mod also comes with its own new armor set and a weapon for you to acquire as you play through the quest. Overall, an amazing and well-built quest mod worth having. Now for the next couple of mods, I'll be sharing some of the best UI mods that have been released recently. With playing modded Skyrim after a while, mods that adds more useful map markers can eventually clutter the map menu. Legendary Map fixes this entirely. This mod adds an interactive legend to the map menu. You'll be able to simply toggle on or off map markers. Do you want to easily find where all the dungeons are located? You can easily do that by disabling the rest of the markers. What's amazing is that the mod remembers your choice. So the next time you open the map, you won't have to redo everything. So far, the mod has a few reskins in case you're using one of those complete UI reskin overhauls. Skyrim's default subtitle is janky. Aside from being hard to game while reading, there was only one NPC allowed to have subtitles at a time. If there are too many NPCs talking at the same time, the vanilla subtitle will be overwritten to whoever's spoken the latest. For those who enabled subtitles, this isn't a pleasing experience. Floating subtitles fixes exactly that by replacing how subtitles work. Instead of the usual area where subtitles are placed, it will now be shown on top of the NPC speaking. This is similar in games like KCD2 where I find it a lot better. It even supports multiple dialogues for a seamless experience. Skyrim's location after a time may get a bit boring, especially if you've visited the place a countless of times. You'll even to start noticing how empty some of the location feel. The next set of mods aims to fix it by enhancing existing locations and even adding brand new ones for you to discover. Let's start with Skyrim Bandit expansion. This mod adds 14 brand new bandit camps and 2 fully occupied mines scattered across Skyrim's wilderness. But here's the best part, these aren't just copy-pasted locations. Each one is carefully handcrafted with regional themes and incredible attention to detail. For example, coastal bandit camps might use wrecked ships as their base of operations, while forest camps in Falkreath blends perfectly into the woodland environment. The 2 new added mines are particularly impressive. They've been transformed into proper bandit hideouts with sleeping quarters, storage areas, and all the little details that make them feel lived in. What really sets this mod apart is the environmental storytelling. You can tell the author put serious thought into how bandits would actually utilize each location's terrain. It's not just about adding more bandits, it's about making Skyrim's wilderness feel more dangerous. Exploration will now actually feel rewarding when you stumble upon these new locations. Jkrojmal Mithryn is another mod worth considering as one of the best mods as it completely transforms the underwhelming area for such an important location. This mod transforms it into a properly lived-in, believable settlement. Both the exterior and interior of the location will now have a completely new makeover. Compared to vanilla Skyrim's plain-looking location, the changes done for the exterior is absolutely beautiful. New clutters here and there, and even a working farm. The same love goes into the interiors. Nelot's Tower finally look like a proper wizard laboratory packed with magical clutter. In the steward's house, the new interior makes it look cozy and lived in, while the apothecary will now actually look like one with the new clutters here and there. And my favorite is the changes done in the kitchen. Not because I love food, but because of the changes the author made and the new addition that makes sense for the location, such as the new chimney where you can see it both in the interiors and exterior of the building. As we head back to Skyrim, Tomatoes, Riften, and Ratway is another mod that overhauls one of Skyrim's major holes. This mod enhances Riften's architecture and Ratway with new high-quality textures. It even features complex parallax support for that nice 3D effects on textures. As you enter Riften, you'll notice all the architecture will now have that nice purple color scheme and a lot of the structures will have that old and gritty design, which I honestly think a lot of people prefer more compared to a clean and smoother look. Inders looks even better with this mod as well. Every texture detail will also have that nice old look. The Ratway sewers of course will have the same love, and if I'm being honest, we don't really get much retextures for the Ratway, so this is definitely an amazing addition. In vanilla, Solitude always seemed underwhelming despite it being the capital of Skyrim. There aren't a lot of NPCs and the architectural design didn't really give the impression that Solitude is a great city. Grand Solitude, the Walls of High King Erling fixes exactly that. This mod not only completely transforms how Solitude looks, but even adds a lot of new and unique content. You'll see new characters and even new locations within Solitude. Before entering the city, you'll notice the architecture of the location has been drastically changed. A new bridge to greet you as you enter, a new proper district with buildings and shops, and even a walkable tower. In the city, everything looks amazing, and the author definitely captured the feeling of how Solitude was supposed to be, as each familiar location will now look different. Markets look like actual markets now, and even some interiors will finally have decorations to fit the aesthetic of the location. Some of the places, such as the Temple of the Nine Divines, now have new and larger areas, new NPCs, and even its own brand new courtyard. With the mod, there are over 50 new characters roaming around the city, each having their own daily routines, activities, and tasks. This honestly made the city feel much more of a city, which I know a lot of people always wanted. Overall, one of the best mods that changes the main capital of Skyrim into something truly befitting the name. Next, we have Valhalla bridges. If there's one thing we can describe Skyrim's bridges, it's being all the same. This mod changes that by replacing 11 of the bridges you can find in Skyrim with new unique bridges. The bridge found in Riverwood, Half Moon Mill, Iverstead, the bridge near Fort Amel, near Largashbur, Travis Watch, Golden Glow Estate, and even Dark Water Crossing. All these locations will now have, in my opinion, better bridges with custom-made models. Overall, one of the best bridge mods out there. Another great mod that overhauls one of Skyrim's major cities is Skyking Whiterun. This one packs in a ton of high quality parallax textures to give you that crisp 3D effect I know a lot of you love. Practically every corner of the city, walls, buildings, and even interiors gets a fresh new look. The walls now have a mossy weathered feel and the architecture textures looks aged and worn, giving Whiterun a more realistic and lived-in atmosphere. What makes this mod even better is the customization it offers. You can choose between brown grass or green grass and even choose between texture resolutions to match your setup. On top of that, the mod includes 3D trellis meshes so those 2D looking details now pop with proper depth. Overall, this is a fantastic retexture for Whiterun and one I definitely recommend if you want the city to feel more immersive and visually stunning. Now let's move on to the best audio mods. For this category, I decided to combine both audio and visual mods since they both add more life and conversations to the world. First up is Echoes of Oblivion. As we all know, NPCs in Skyrim don't really talk much to each other, unless it's part of a scripted event. This wasn't the case in Bethesda's previous game, Oblivion, where NPCs would randomly chat, greet each other, or comment on the world around them. Thankfully, this mod brings that feature back to Skyrim. With nearly 4,500 new voice lines, you'll now hear townsfolk greeting one another.
What do you think of this weather?
Commenting on your skills.
You've got a real bounce to your step.
Or even rambling about random stuff like spotting a mudcrab or a goblin in the wild.
I ran into some goblins in the woods not long ago. Nasty little beasts.
It honestly just makes cities and villages feel so much more alive. Anyways, I'll let you guys hear some examples so you know what to expect in game.
Do you happen to know what the fine is here in Skyrim for necrophilia? Just asking.
Excuse me?
Next, we've got a voice replacer mod called Mephala Revoiced. In vanilla Skyrim, Mephala basically just shares the same voice actor as Lydia, which can feel a little odd, considering they're both tied to Whiterun.
At last. I've been waiting for someone more fit to carry out my will.
This mod fixes that by giving Mephala a unique, much more fitting voice.
I am Mephala, the Lady of Whisper.
I'm Mephala, the Lady of Whispers. I tug at the web of connections between mortals.
The cool thing is the mod comes with 4 different versions, ranging from heavily filtered to a clearer, more direct tones. You can pick whichever one you feel best captures her character. Anyways, I'll let you hear a few examples so you can decide which voice works for you.
A piece of my power has been locked away behind it, and even my eyes cannot see past the seals. A piece of my power has been locked away behind it, and even my eyes cannot see past the seals. Regrettably, I cannot reach your claims so directly. But I forgive you for not knowing who I am. Feel a piece of my power has been locked away behind it, and even my eyes cannot see past the seals. Regrettably, I cannot reach your claims so directly. But I forgive you for not knowing who I am. Few hear my whispers anymore.
Next, we have Immersive Diseases 2.0. This mod takes Skyrim's diseases to a whole new level by adding visual effects and unique animations whenever your character gets sick. For example, when you catch ataxia, your skin turns pale and your character's arms hang loosely at their side. With bone break fever, your skin develops a reddish rash, scratch marks appear, and your character holds their arms protectively. Brain rot will show flesh appearing to be necrotic, patches of decaying skin, and the animation being played would be your character clutching their head. With rattles, you'll see bumpy rashes across the body while your character suffers from uncontrollable coughing. Rock joint makes veins visible and gives your skin a purplish hue, while your arms lock into stiff, crooked position. And with pain, you'll see bruises, infected patches of skin, and a headache idle animation to accompany with it. Overall, this mod is a much needed improvement. It always felt strange that NPCs could somehow know when someone was sick without any visual signs. Now diseases look and feel real, making the mechanic far more immersive. And for the last category, we have gameplay related mods. Ancient Death Magic's another mod I highly recommend. This mod introduces 9 new necromancy spells, and just like any previous mod of the author, these spells comes with its own amazing visuals and sound effects. When using the spell Blast Bones, it summons a skeleton and explodes upon death, dealing 120 damage to its surroundings twice to living targets. Blighted Spike on the other hand throws a spike of bone that deals 25 disease damage. It also restores 60 magicka if the enemy dies within 10 seconds. Death Scythe summons a Reaper Scythe with a life-stealing enchantment for 60 seconds. It's also more effective against living targets. Boneyard desecrates the ground and deals 8 damage per second for 16 seconds. It even slows all living targets around the area. Next we have Death's Touch. An expert level spell visually shows a rush of soul energy towards your target and deals 40 damage. This also deals damage to repleted health targets and living targets for up to 3 times. And of course a few more unique spells all within the necromancy theme. And lastly we have Fire and Blood Legendary Dragon Combats. This is a mod that completely redefines dragon battles. In vanilla Skyrim, dragons often felt underwhelming. You could cheese them pretty easily, but with this mod, they finally feel like the legendary beasts they're supposed to be. New abilities, dynamic weather mechanics, AoE attacks, and even improved AI. Some of the new features includes new dynamic weather effects. This occurs when a fire dragon or frost dragon appears. When a fire dragon appears, the weather will gradually change to a hot ash storm. And when a frost dragon appears instead, it will have a blizzard to accompany the dragon when in battle. There will be even new melee attacks. Bite attacks will receive elemental damage, and if the dragon's a fire dragon, each bite attack will also cause an explosion, dealing fire damage and generating fires on the ground. The mod also features a brand new physics dynamics wherein the dragon will be able to knock you out. This occurs whenever they land, take off, or even fly close by to you or other NPCs. You are able to block the knockdown effect by using your shield, or if you're playing as a mage, a ward will be able to block the knockdown effect. If you don't have any of these, you can simply just hide behind a rock or anything that can cover you. The mod also improves how Dragon Breath works. Instead of single targets like in the vanilla game, Dragon Breath attacks now deal AoE damage. This also includes new sound effects and even new visuals. And lastly, dragons will now use their shouts, plus they are now fully voiced. Overall, this mod makes dragon encounters far more intense. Instead of easy targets, they become true to their name as dragons. And again, big thanks to War Thunder for sponsoring this video. Be sure to try War Thunder out for free using the links in the description or pinned comment. For new players and returning players who haven't played for 6 months or more, remember you'll get an amazing US bonus pack across consoles and PC players that contains 7 days of premium account, premium vehicles, and a lot more. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for the support, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Stay safe and happy modding.